Hello, friends. Randy Sala here, your professor for personal finance. And here's a fun project. It's a bonus project, and it deals with budgeting, but I like to call it a cash flow plan versus budget. I just think it sounds a little more positive. So, if you'd like to take advantage of this nice 30 point project, here's how we're going to do it. So, you're going to complete and construct a cash flow plan for yourself. All right. So there's the worksheet, and it's a PDF that you're going to download. Here's your worksheet right in here. And once you go in there, I'm going to show you how you can input your information directly into it. You don't have to print it out or write it out. You can just put it right back in here. And then when you're finished with this, then you'll come back and type your answers in here to these questions. So this is a cash flow plan. We really want to spend our money before we get it, because when we don't have a plan for our money, it can just go out the door, can't it? It will name itself. It'll go golf for the weekend. It will go clothes, shopping, different things versus savings, rent, etc., etc. So when you take this plan, if you want to do it, go ahead and save it automatically with your name, not my name, but put your name in there, cash flow bonus project. Okay, that will be great. Up to 30 points on this, as I've said. So money's always active, all right? We don't measure wealth on what we make a year, it's what we do with it. And of course, on the way, our decisions will make us wealthy, better, or broke or poor, okay? And so we want to be in going strong here. So always give our money a name. Rent is a name, food is a name, utilities, taxes. Again, if we don't name it, it's going to go out. So I'm going to walk through this. Now, here's how we're going to use this. Right now, if you are in a situation where you do not make 60,000 or over, and that's going to be a lot of students, then utilize this. Don't put in a budget if you're only making $1,000 a month, because I want to get you ready for life and get you ready on your own. So you just got a $47,000 a year job, full benefits, good job, great first job, getting your experience. And so when you look at after taxes, we're looking at $2,820 a month. But you have a side hustle, which I think everybody needs to have in this crazy life that we live in. Maybe it's an extra part-time job. Maybe it's a cool business idea that you have that you can run out of your own room or your garage or something like that. You get another $800 a month of profit. So now your take-home pay is $3,620. Given this income, you must move out of your parents' house. If you're living at home, mom and dad would like for you to make your next move and become independent. So you're going to have an apartment or a house, more than likely. If it's the first time, I would choose an apartment, let someone else do a lot of the utilities. Those are ranging from $950 a month. Now you may need a roommate for that. If you want your own apartment, that's going to be closer to $15 to $1750 a month. So that's kind of the numbers you're going to use. Let's just say your utilities and water are going to be minimum of 170. And for those of you already out on your own, you probably have a much better idea. Your internet phone bills, $150 a month. The average car payment, all right, is $650 a month. All right, buying a good used car gets you around $400 a month. Now, car insurance is at least $150 for full coverage, and that's pretty basic. Insurance rates are really going up. That may be closer to $200, but I'm going to give you $150 as a break. Now, if you have a paid-off car, you may be able to do that for $90 a month. Nice. Gas and oil, $150. All right, friends, I think we can start figuring out the rest of what we're going to need in here. So as we come down here, so this is how to do it. We do a subtotal and a total, makes it very easy. And again, you download this, you save it, you can utilize this for yourself, for your parents, for your friends. For instance, I'm going to save $100 a month for an emergency, $200 for retirement. I have $300 total right in here. Let's just say that I found an apartment for $1,200. Now you will need to, this is a form sheet. It's not an Excel spreadsheet. So you will need to just add up on your own these numbers. So $100, $200, $300. All right, so let's say $1,200 for a fairly decent apartment. Okay, I got myself a good one. Since it's an apartment, I shouldn't have too many repairs. For those of us in our own home, there's a lot of repairs and insurance and taxes. I'm going to go ahead and get renter's insurance, and that's going to cost me, let's say, $50 a month. And so if I total that out, I've got, go ahead and put a little comma in there. And again, this is just for aesthetics. 1250 right there. Put a little dollar sign on there. All right, utilities. Again, we move all the way down and we keep adding these numbers up. This is where I think most people do very limited amount. They think they can eat for nothing. Hey, you want good health, you need good nutrition. If you think about 4.3 weeks in a month, and friends, let's do this on a monthly basis. So just add whatever monies you get into on a month versus trying to do it every week, because we just won't do it every week. It's too much work. Grocery. All right. I'm going to put in there's $150 a week, which is not much. You're a single person. Now, if you have a family, wow, we're going to have all of our income. But let's get those kids working if we have children. But for a single person, I'm going to say I'm going to be able to do $650 a month. And I like to go out, so I'm going to do another, let's say, $150 there. And so that is going to get us $800 a month of food. Okay, transportation. Now, some of us may be able to work remote. This is where work remote really helps you out, certainly in your personal finances, because if you work remote, you may not care about that brand new car. You may just have an older car that's paid for and that you drive just on the weekend. So that could really come down in pricing. If you don't, then this is a big chunk of our budget. We come over here, the same thing. We do our clothing, again, you're now in a new career. You're probably going to have different type of wardrobes that you need. If you work remote, well, what do you need? Yeah, you just need a good looking top. All right, a blouse or a good looking shirt, and you can wear sweatpants all day. If not, add in what you would have if you have children. Well, there's the money's going out there. If you need cleaning or laundry expenses, that's dry cleaning. If you have medical or health. Now, in our scenario, you had all of this already taken out, because if I go back up here, this is your net pay. We always want to do it on net pay. But you had your taxes and insurance taken out. But if you're paying extra for different type of health insurances, and you might always put prescriptions in here, or dentists, again, just because you don't have it per month, you may budget $25 a month. Other insurances, childcare, I kind of made this as bare bones as possible, so it's easier to do. School tuition fees, gifts, hey, maybe we put in here $50 a month for Christmas. That way at the end of the year, if we're starting in January, we have $600 per the year. Maybe I put in $50, $60 a month for vacation, but I automatically take that out. Any of my credit cards, and then we do this. We total up page 2 and page 1. So this was your page 1 totals, and then we subtract by our monthly difference in here. So in this case scenario, again, I had $36.20. I am hoping that all of my expenses come down to, if that is $3,620, and then I'm hoping that these two, I don't have a negative number here. And I really don't want I want a zero, my friends. This is the number I want, 0. It's called zero-based budgeting. And again, if you're looking at, well, what else, what percentages do I need for my budget? This is a standard percentage that most American households go through right in here. And I would put that out. If you come up and you says, wow, I got $600 left over. Well, that is nice. Put that 600 maybe back into my funding right in here, to my retirement fund. That would be more like investing. And so all of a sudden now I'm doing 800. Whatever we have to do to get this to 0. So we're spending, or put it more in vacation, put it more in gifts, maybe more food. We want to be able to zero this out so we know where every dollar is going. It takes a while to do this, but by month 3 or 4, you really get a very good idea of how much you're spending. 70% of Americans will refuse to do that. Now, we got to answer these questions right in here. Look at the car payment if you typically have a car payment right now. And then you're going to take that over from your parents or you have one. Again, what is the percentage? If it's more than 20%, that's gas, insurance, repairs, and your car payment. How can you lower these payments? Because it's taking a lot out of your budget. The more that goes to cars, and I know it's expensive, my friends. I'm not saying it's not. Same as our house, our rent payment, including repairs, property taxes. If our housing is more than 35% of our take-home pay, that means I just have less money for everything else. So what are some ways we could lower expenses? Are you in a sustainable budget right now? Great. If not, what could we do to lower that? Maybe we can start that side business, my friends, because we can lower expenses or we can raise income. That's kind of it right there. And again, finally, how can we increase that monthly income? Can you start a Poshmark business and start selling your closet? Literally doing that. So there it is. When you're ready, you're going to save this file. It will have your name on it, and you will simply submit this right back up to the assignment as a file, and everything answered. And if you do it correctly, it's up to 30 points. If you use smaller numbers and you're still living at home, that doesn't really do anything for us. I'll give you some points, but it won't be 30. I want you to do this, and hopefully it'll be a good learning experience, and it won't be so pressure packed. Good luck with this bonus project if you choose to do it, and I hope you do, my friends.